Katrina, it's so nice to have you back. I'm really excited to do this behind the scenes cover of SalesPipe. Let's jump in. So SalesPipe seems like a highly tailored and intuitive solution. So can you, in your own words, walk us through the initial discovery phase? How did the team go about understanding the client's pain points and shaping that into a clear project roadmap?
Yeah, sure. The main competitive advantage for this specific project was that we helped companies to find the right sales development representatives, SDRs. It happened within so-called campaigns. So a company would initiate a campaign, and then we were using some mechanism to match the criteria from the companies with the existing database of SDRs. So that helped companies. And by the way, the process was quite automated, but yet also human verified, because the SDRs, before we would recommend to the companies the SDRs, they would be definitely selected manually and, verified and checked before we could recommend them to the companies. I guess another important thing also was that we did not stop on the day we launched the application. So there was also a phase when we did some small corrections, we did some new features, and actually we were doing it until last month. So another example, when we are not saying goodbye when we deliver the project, we continue collaboration with the client. We are supporting, we are materializing all the ideas and new things that the clients envision for their product. So we are there to help on the whole journey, because we know the product, we know what we did, and it's easy for us, and it's always a pleasure for us when the clients are coming back and saying, guys, I want another thing to be developed. So I guess this is also quite rewarding.
So that's so important. And I think that is, when you're choosing a development partner or agency, is to look for people or agencies that are able to grow with you in the long run.
So as you mentioned, we start the projects from the discovery phase, which included a discovery workshop. So this is our traditional, I would say, exercise when we go with a client on 1 2-hour call to map all the requirements that we have for the project. So in our case, Rob, the owner of SalesPipe, was very clear understanding of what he wants to have in the platform. It was not difficult for us to run this discovery phase, because we basically knew from day one what is the goal, what are the problems that we are trying to solve, what is the solution. And from our side, it was just required to find the right technical solution for the platform, which was Bubble. And so, as I mentioned, we went on the discovery workshop. We started from the whiteboard, created user flows, mapped all the features that users would face on each phase. Yeah. So after that, we we created some project documentation. We divided the scope into milestones and epics to help the development team, to break down the scope and to, eat the elephant with the small pieces. That's how it started. But I think the discovery phase here was pretty smooth, because the client had a very, very very clear understanding of what he's trying to achieve. He is in the industry, so he came with a real problem that he was facing daily on in his job. So it was quite easy and professional to work with him, because we basically knew already all the specifics that will be within the application.
What were some of the most exciting or unexpected challenges that the team encountered during the development of SalesPipe, and how did you and the team creatively overcome them?
So our discovery phase transitioned to the design phase, where we had to design pixel perfect designs in Figma for both web and mobile. And I guess at this stage, the biggest challenge was to create a multi-persona interface, because imagine that from one side we have companies that are looking for sales development representatives. So it should be quite simple and intuitive to navigate within the application. From another side, we had to keep it professional and maybe even CRM-like, so that if, for example, you're an HR within a company, you can understand what is it about. And so that's about the design phase. When we finished the design phase, we started doing the development phase. During development phase, I would say that the biggest challenge was to handle the database properly in the way that all the filters, all the searches would work fast and clear, right? So we had a very big databases for the SDRs with all the skills, with all the criteria based on which we implemented a very sophisticated mechanism for search to match exactly the SDR that the company is looking for. Right. So our goal was to make the user experience seamless, so that no one wants to wait until it's loading, until it's, being populated from some databases. So it should be simple, fast, and very straightforward. So I guess that was the main challenge for us, to have everything optimized and fast loading. I think the team did a great job in this area, so no complaints. And we finished the development phase with the comprehensive testing. So there were multiple rounds of regression testing, of user acceptance testings, which again, the big thanks to the client that he helped us also to verify from his perspective if we are building the right product. So basically, he was very, very much involved in the development. And voila, so then we launched the product, we pushed it live, and now hopefully a lot of companies are benefiting from it.
I'm sure there are. And in terms of collaboration, so collaboration often makes or breaks a project, right? So what was the dynamic like between NerdHeadz, the NerdHeadz team, and then the SalesPipe client throughout the build? And how did that impact the outcome?
So I think from day one, we established the very clear way how we are going to collaborate throughout the project. And we decided what will be the communication channels, where we will keep the documentation, tickets, etc. So the client had access to everything, and it provided a full transparency to him so that he knew what is going on the project. Another important thing that, as I mentioned, we had a very close collaboration with SalesPipe team, specifically with Rob, with the founder. And he was providing to us a very comprehensive feedback all the time, which helped us to actually deliver the results that he expected, right? Because we knew that he knows what he wants for his business. It was also critical for us to make sure that we are actually delivering the right results. And he helped us a lot by guiding us, by helping us to understand his goals, his visions, his critical moments and pain points. And so our role was just to see his vision and do the job right. So yeah, and this actually continued until the very last days. Like, we enjoyed working with Rob, and this was the case when the client was engaged quite a lot in the project, which is usually super great for a project. Like, from my experience, the more client is available for the team, the better are the results. So we have confidence that we actually on the right path. And I think that was one of the success, I would say, criterions, right? So how we succeeded with this project, just because we had very close communication with Rob.
It seems like the NerdHeadz team does have great relationships with most of their clients, if not all of them, because of that clear communication and transparency, which I think is vitally important when choosing an agency to create your project and your application.
Yeah, I agree, because I think this is one of our competitive advantages. We have a very straightforward and well-defined blueprint on how we are collaborating with our clients. We have a very clear onboarding plan. So whenever a client starts working with us, we are holding him with a hand and, guiding him through all the steps that we are going to go together. And I think this helps. We have the right tools that help to communicate. We have the right people who are usually project managers that are helping to coordinate the development team with the client, and to make sure that everyone is doing the job that is expected. I guess that's the secret of the success.
Yes, definitely. And I also know that you guys have had cases where one of the founders of one of their projects is run into something, and he's like, oh, I need this changed. I need this changed. And it's a weekend, and the developers and the project managers just jump on board. They don't care. It's like the weekend, they just want to make sure that the client is happy. And I think that is such a valuable thing to have, a team that treat your project as if it were their own. So that's huge kudos to you guys and the team for that.
Thanks.
Now that SalesPipe is live and delivering value, obviously, what part of the project are you personally most proud of? And what do you think it says about the future of no-code development for complex business tools?
I think the part that I really liked and I am proud for this specific project is the speed of the delivery, because we proved within this project that from the business idea, from the ideation until the delivery, you can have a very short period of time, like literally 2-3 months, and you can really launch a product on the market super fast. So this obviously comes with the help of no-code development. Thanks to Bubble, we are capable of that. And sometimes it's just very critical to, especially if it's a startup, especially if you're just testing out the idea, the speed is important. You don't need to waste your budget. You don't need to waste your time on something that you are not sure that will work out. So in this case, it's let's say a success story because everything worked well and the product is growing, the company is growing and everything went well from day one, I guess, but it's not always like that. So the sooner you test your idea, the sooner you understand if it fits the market, if it has the right market fit, the better it is for the business. And I guess here no code plays a very essential role.
It really does. Katerina, thank you so much for today. It was so great catching up and going through SalesPipe. And guys, if you have not checked it out, please go find them and try it out, especially if you're in the industry and you're looking to be connected with the right company or vice versa. Katerina, thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.